Wow, this house is cute. But can I really get in the game in this economy? I do have savings, and I am responsible-ish. I should bury it. I'm being wild. But what if I'm not being wild, though? Could I actually score a...
Kick off your home buying journey with Zillow's new BuyAbility tool. It makes it easy to find out what you can afford, so you can get off the bench and onto the playing field with confidence. Check your BuyAbility, only on Zillow.
Saturday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Saturday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Saturday. Saturday, bring it on. Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
Chicago to your speakers.
The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like or you dislike, go ahead, shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And of course, we'll play your take back on our next episode. And then shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. Now, this code can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or website. So basketball season is in full effect right now. So go ahead, buy those tickets, create that account, use that promo code, save yourself some money. Now, speaking of basketball season, it's been two juggernauts in the Eastern Conference right now, and people are trying to figure out who is going to dominate who come playoffs and all of that. But I know playoffs is still some ways away. But it's kind of big news, and maybe this will help put some things into perspective about which team we really need to be worried about come playoff time. But I'm going to just say this. So the Celtics, they made history the other night. The Boston Celtics, solid team, balling out, doing their thing. They're dealing with some injuries, but still second in the Eastern Conference, so it's nothing to really make a big deal out of. They're balling. It made history. Derek White, crazy. Can't even believe I'm even saying this. Derek White and Peyton Pritchard became the first two Celtics to combine for 40-point nights. They combined for 84 points total. Peyton Pritchard dropped 43 points, 10 rebounds, made 10 three-pointers. Man, damn it, crazy. Derek White went absolutely crazy too. 41 points, made 10 three-pointers. And yeah, they're the only Celtics to score 40 points each in a single game. Now, when I first seen this, I'm like, okay, now anybody in their right mind who tells me, oh, well, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown carried the Celtics to the finals and they're going to carry the Celtics to another finals trip. Slow your roll, bro. Let me tell you right now, neither of them guys is carrying anybody because this team is just clearly way too stacked for anybody to be getting carried. I mean, you got about 4 or 5 guys on this team who can score 20 points at any given night. Without a doubt. I mean, you got Porzingis. When he's healthy, he's a wreck. Horford, he can get you 20 plus. It's Drew Holiday, Derek White, and then obviously Pritchard too can get you 20 plus points anytime. So it's like these guys, man, it's insane how stacked this Celtics team is. So for me personally, when I see this type of stuff and I see these stats and I see them playing, they're beating teams by 30 and 35, 25, whatever, or just playing sloppy, then all of a sudden they turn it on and end up winning ball games. To me, I'm like, no matter how good the Cavaliers look, they can win 12 straight games, 13, 14, 15 straight games in a row, 16 of their last 17 games they've won. It does not matter because they're still not going to be able to beat the Boston Celtics in general. Like, I mean, overall, the Celtics are just a solid team. And right now, when I'm thinking about, okay, well, can they beat the Celtics? The Cavs, no, they can't. They're put together, but Celtics is probably one of the most complete teams in basketball right now. And again, they've been dealing with injuries, so not everybody is noticing that right now. That's why the Cavs is getting so much hype about what they're doing. Great win streak, they're playing good basketball, well-deserved hype, as they should be getting hyped right now. But when you talk about the way these teams is playing right now and the complete package, the Celtics have that. They play defense, they rebound. They have a deep bench. They got championship experience. They got star power. They literally have all the aspects you could want in a team. Anything you say, oh, well, this team is just missing one little piece, the Celtics got it. So yeah, the Cavs, I get it, put together well, they nice. And I think adding DeAndre Hunter is a huge plus for the Cleveland Cavaliers. DeAndre Hunter is probably going to help the Cavs maybe even get to the finals or the conference finals, but he's definitely going to help them in the long run because it diversifies the way that the Cavs can play. I mean, Hunter can guard 1 through 5. He can shoot, he can score, he can pass. He does it all, and he works hard when he's out there on the floor. So obviously this is a huge help. But comparing it to the Celtics, it's not a comparison right now. It's not a comparison because the Celtics are hurt and they're still whopping teams by 30 points. Celtics are hurt. Porzingis is down. Drew Holiday is down. And this is where it gets scary because the only thing it's one thing that concerns me about the Celtics. The only thing that concerns me about the Celtics and the way they play right now is they literally live and die by the 3-ball. Either they're going to beat you by 30 points because they don't miss any of their 3-pointers, or they're going to hang around and keep themselves above water, and then late game, they're going to turn it on and end up finding a way to close out the game. But this team, other than that, we ain't seen them healthy yet. We still ain't seen them at full strength. So come playoffs in a couple of weeks and all of that, like, man, they're gonna look like a different team. So right now they don't have the hype. They're kind of sitting under the radar. Not many people are talking about them looking like a dangerous team, but we know they're champions and we know they still have the same exact team, brought back most of the guys, and it's gonna get nasty. So I mean, hey, Cavs is doing it big. I know Pacers are also doing it big right now. A lot of guys in the East are doing their thing, and I still believe that the Eastern Conference is up for grabs, and anybody can possibly take the throne in the East and also in the West, but it's gonna depend on matchup. And Celtics, you cannot count them out by any means. You cannot count them out, man, because when you got two guys who are not even your star players putting up 40 plus points, Pritchard and Derek White, are you kidding me? That's scary. That's a scary sight. I'll leave it at that. Other than that, though, look, man, so we got some news. But before we jump into the news, I'll go ahead and let you know, man. Leave us a quick take on the voicemail line, 219-413-9405. And, of course, we'll play your take back on the next episode. I don't think there was any other voicemails that was left from last episode, which is cool, but just want to always throw that out there. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We got some news coming up, and it's a lot of news because the NFL has been going crazy this past week. Man, I gave y'all updates earlier in the week, and man, it's almost a lot of it is irrelevant at this point. So stay tuned for the news, and we'll be right back. It's halftime.